Hey everybody, this is Abby. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Ebbie Reviews. Okay, so this is going to be my recap and review for Dragula, Season 3, Episode 1. So, if you are not aware, I am a huge fan of not drag queens, a huge fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, and of Dragula. Now, I tried to get into Camp Wanakiki. It hasn't taken to me yet. I haven't fallen in love with the Camp Queens just yet. So, give me a minute. Maybe I'll be there with them as well. But I am a huge fan of Dragula. I started in Season 2. I watched all of Season 2. Huge fan of Bitch Pudding, who won last season. And so I did want to do a recap and review for Season 3 when it came out. Now, Dragula Season 3 is available on Amazon Prime. Now, I came out, I think, a couple days ago or yesterday, and I subscribed to a Watch Maddie Rants, and I didn't even know that it had come out yet until he said, oh, Dragula has come out, and I'll put my review up. And I was like, oh my God, it's out. Let me go watch it. So Dragula try that again. Dragula is created and hosted by the Boulet brothers, who are their drag is very ooky spooky, horror movie, I'm going to kill you and put your body in the basement kind of drag. So they are looking, instead of RuPaul's Drag Race, which is very much the next drag superstar that is very pageant-y, looking for it's not an offensive word to me. They had a whole conversation about this, but I am going to use this word. They're looking very fishy, very it's absolutely a pageant. It's a beauty pageant. Now, they are also looking for uniqueness, nerve, and talent, but beauty is a portion. Every queen has been beautiful that has won. If RuPaul's Drag Race is the Barbie beauty pageant, then if the Bride of Chucky had a pageant, it would be Dragula. So, I'm going to give you the names of all of the drag queens and drag kings, because they're drag kings in this particular show. And we're going to get a rundown of what happened in this first episode, who was eliminated. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen the episode, please stop, go and watch it, and then come back, because I'm spoiling every damn thing. You get it? You got it? Good, let's go. So, we start, okay, so every episode starts with like a scene from like some kind of horror movie. So at the beginning of this season, this ambulance pulls up to the emergency room, and guys jump out and they go to meet the nurse. It's like, oh, you gotta take these two bodies to, I don't know where they're taking them to, because normally the morgue is in the hospital, but they're transporting these bodies of these serial killers. And they was like, yeah, they're sedated. I don't know if they're taking them back to jail or to stand trial. I don't know. It's not made clear. But you need to be very careful. They're very sedated and blah, 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 blah. So they put the bodies into the ambulance, and it's the bodies of the Boulet brothers. So they are driving, and all of a sudden they spring into life and they kill everybody in the ambulance. And so next thing you see is somebody driving slow as they approach the ambulance. Now, this is unrealistic, but we're gonna roll with it. It is a black man. He slows down and gets out he stops the car and get out. See, that's when you took a left turn into Fantasyville, because if it was she she would have drove by slowly as she called 911. There's an ambulance on the side of the road. It looks like, I don't know, something's going on. Y'all saw somebody to check it out. But she is not getting out of her car. She is not stopping. She's not stopping for that. Call it what you want, but she has a healthy sense of self-preservation and not just the way she's set up. She's just not. Just not. All right, so, and that is the beginning script. Of course, we go to the lovely credits, and I don't know what's going on with this eyebrow today, but we're going to get it together. I try to do a little extra, even though it's almost bedtime. I threw on some lashes and a red lip for y'all. All right, so, they go and, you know, bring everybody, and it's time for introductions. So they're the contestants in the season 3 of the Brule Brothers Presents Dragula are Priscilla Chambers, Madeline Hatter, Maxie Glamour, Hollow Eve, Louisiana Purchase, Yavaski, Eva Destruction, Saint Lucia, Violencia exclamation point. I wonder if she is any kin to Dax exclamation point. That would make a whole lot of sense considering what happens. Huh. But I digress. Dahlia Black, who is the daughter of Victoria Black, who was the runner-up from season 2, and Landon Sider. Now, Landon Sider is a drag king. Now, I don't know if I have this correct. I don't know if Landon is a trans man or a biological woman whose drag is a male persona. I have no idea. I'm sure as the season progresses, we will figure that out. But we're going to get back to Landon in 1 second. Also, what is her name? Hollow Eve is also a biological woman who does drag. So, she's not a drag queen. She just does drag. Somebody's live. I don't know. Okay, so everybody, they go around, they introduce themselves, introduce each other to the competition, and they are given their first elimination, mini extermination challenge. So there's all matching black compacts. You can't differentiate one from another. They say everybody pick a compact. One compact has a trip in it. The other one has a spider. Everybody picks their compacts. The one who has a spider in it is landed. And Madeline Hatter wins the 7-day trip to Florida. So they said, well, congratulations, blah, 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 you won the challenge. Wonderful, you get this trip. Now, they then go to Landon, who is the drag king, and say, I don't know how she got the spider. They're like, in order to stay in the competition, you must eat a chalice full of live spiders or get out. This is where I would have lost, because let me tell you what she's not going to do. That. So, I just, no. But Landon proved she ain't no punk bitch and downed a chalice full of live spiders like it was nothing. She took it to the head like it was Hennessy. She said, I said, oh, bitch, go off, girl, go off. Because here's what mama not finna do. Thank you for coming out. God bless you and good night. Because she out. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You 3 things you got me fucked up because I'm not doing that. So we then go to their space where they get ready. And everybody sits there. Okay, wait. They're given the challenge for the episode. Their floor show is what it's called. The floor show for this evening, you are going to be a supervillain. So whatever that means to you and whatever context that means to you, you know, you are going to... What's going on? Back to the wonky eyelash chronicles. It's like this one is fitting perfectly, and I feel like this was on backwards or something. You know what? I'm not even neither here nor there. Blink, blink. We're gonna keep it pushing. So their main extermination challenge is for the floor show is to be a supervillain. So everybody goes back to their workroom, which is like, it's all like, again, the disparity between RuPaul's Bubblegum Pink You Better Workroom and the Boulay Brothers shaped in a coffin looks like the Bride of Chucky decorated it. It's all blacks and purples and things of that nature. Bare minimum, the doors in the shape of a coffin, you know, that's their workroom. So it's just a long table with a bunch of mirrors on it and some lights, and that's it. It's bare minimum. So they get to the workroom and they start to work on their supervillain costume. So everybody's doing sketches. They're introducing each other and themselves to each other. They basically give their same introductions that were given, you know, in their talking heads while they were being introduced a few minutes ago. So our oldest queen is Louisiana Purchase, and I'm rooting for you, whoop whoop, because we are the same age, boo. I got you. Okay, so sorry for the rude interruption. Got a phone call. I gotta start putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. So I don't even know where I was. Louisiana Purchase. We're the same age. That's what I remember. They get to talk to Saint Lucia is how she pronounces it. She has been doing drag for 5 years. She's like 20. She's from Atlanta, Georgia. Home of Nicole Page Brooks. But I digress. So nobody really knows her or her drag. There is another queen who is aware of her. Is that I've been following you on YouTube. Not YouTube, but on Instagram, and they are a huge fan of hers. So clearly she has some sort of following, and I'm sure I will go and look up some of my faves, because right now, Yavaski, who says she's 20,000 years old? Okay. She is from Canada. And so there was an exchange that happened between Yavaska and Madeline Hatter, and Yavaska called her Madeline, and she was like, no, I'm not a cookie, it's Madeline. Like, she really matter of fact and real rude with it. This is a first meeting. People are bound to mispronounce it. You just correct them and move on. You don't have to be really crappy about it. This fool said, and I quote, you speak English, you're not from another nation. Canada is another nation, boo. Between me and you, girl. It's a whole different other country, boo. It's a whole different other nation. I don't care that they speak English and French. Whole other nation. Doesn't matter that you can cross the ditch and get there. Whole nother nation. Whole nother nation. But yeah. So everybody is doing their sketches and getting their supervillain outfits together, because apparently you make everything from scratch on this show. So we then go to the floor show. There are several standouts for me personally. Um, the top three are Dahlia Black, um, and she wins. She is dressed like a demonic Pamela Anderson, is what it looks like. Huge boobs and horns coming out, big white blonde hair. She was gorgeous, faces beat for Jehoshaphat, you know, really gorgeous. Oh, and I didn't mention that the judges were Fifi O'Hara from Drag Race, who was a famous villain from Drag Race, but I digress. And then a young gentleman, I cannot remember his name to save my life, but he does comic books. He does art for comic books, I believe is what he does. Or he's a director or some very accomplished young man. Very cute. So, the bottom three are Louisiana Purchase, who should not have been in the bottom, in my humble opinion. She was given very Violet Chachki, Electra Abundance, Dominatrix tease is what she was giving. That's what she was handing out. Now, I really don't like boy chest, like especially if you have a corset on. If you have a corset on, I need you to have titties. It just looks weird to me if you have a corset on and your corset is just moving and there's nothing behind there to fill it out. Or, you know, if I was in a corset, my boobs would be going boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom. But your fabric is just moving, and there's nothing. It just, to me, in my humble opinion, it looks weird. Louisiana Purchase was in the bottom, but she was safe. Violencia exclamation point did okay for her villain. She was in a meat suit, so it was a huge corseted, like she was in like a like a onesie, a bikini, like a little bathing suit, and then there was this constructed corset on top of it, and it looked like a steak. And she had a cape on and this big blonde hair, and she had knives for fingernails. And while it was campy and fun, that really wasn't what they were looking for in her look, and it didn't translate as evil villain. So she was in the bottom. Also in the bottom was, I want to say her name is Hollow Eve, I want to say. Is her name Hollow Eve? Because it was, no, Maxi Glamour. Maxi Glamour was in the bottom. So there were two others. One had this, it was like she had this headpiece on and these arm pieces that was like Maleficent on steroids. How she didn't win, I'm not sure. And then there was this other one who looked very, and I don't have everybody's name down yet, so please forgive me. Baby girl had on, I'm calling her baby girl, it's clearly a man. Well, we using feminine pronouns because that's how they dress today. So baby girl had on, was very much giving me roller derby punk rock. I'ma knock your ass out. That's what she was giving. So she was safe. Maleficent on steroids, she was safe. Dahlia Black won. So what I didn't get to say, because there was a little dust up in the room when they were getting ready. Also, I gotta see this because I need to rewind. So they come in the next day and they're getting ready and they're preparing. They're putting on makeup. They're having conversations. Positive, boom, blue, blue. And people are already over Dahlia Black because she mentioned her mother being Valencia back. And when Madeline had her introduce herself, Dahlia spoke up and said, "Oh, you're my grandmother." And then Madeline was like, "Hold, slow your roll." Okay, so technically, because Madeline Hatter is Victoria Black's mother, that would make her Dahlia Black's grandmother. So, but she's like, but I don't claim that bitch. So, family trouble. So while they're getting ready, nobody's actually dressed. Everybody is putting on their makeup. You hear these alarms. The floor show is getting ready to start. Please report to the main stage. Nobody is ready. Nobody's ready. So they all fly into a panic and to get dressed. And so now when we come down to the bottom three, Louisiana Purchase is made safe and she gets to go in the back. So for the extermination challenge, let me tell you what these motherfuckers did. So they said, "We're going to throw you out of a plane." A plane, bitch. A plane. A whole plane. There's nothing wrong with it. They're just going to throw you out of it. That's when I would have been like, okay, well, thank y'all for coming out. Thank you for considering me. I appreciate this exposure. Here's what, again, she is not going to do. That. Thank you. Thank you. You've been great. So Valencia starts to completely freak out because she, like me, greatest fear, falling out of a plane. I have a fear of heights and falling. That is both. I don't, return to sender, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to do it. So the other girls try and rally around her like, "You've come this far. You've pushed this far. You can do this. Suck it up, bitch. You got this." And she was like, "I don't know if I can do this. I was just like, I can't. It's not my stuff. I feel sick. I can't. We're not even on the plane yet. We're still at the studio." So, Maxie Glamour is like, "I am scared shitless too because this is my fear as well. However, I want to win. So I just got to suck it up and do what I got to do." And so they get to the airplane. They get on the plane. Before the plane can take off, Valencia said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." And gets off of the plane. Girl after my own heart. Girl after my own damn heart. That bitch said, "No, thank you. No. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate it and you. But here is what she is not going to do. Any of what y'all just said. No. Return to center. I'm not doing that." So she gets off of the plane. The plane takes off. Maxie, first of all, let me tell you about these little raggedy ass sky jumping people. They get on the plane, and I guess they get halfway up, and this fool turns to Maxie and says, "Oh, we only halfway up. We still got to go up higher." I didn't need to know that. I will fight you. You hear me? These earrings will come. I will fight you. So Maxie sucked it up, jumped off the motherfucking plane. Now they were jumping in tandem with somebody because they've never done it before and don't know what they're doing. But of course, they pulled the ripcord. She landed safely. Everything was fine. And so that means since Valencia did not do the extermination challenge, she got murdered at the end of the night. That's how they say who got eliminated. They killed them. They hit her a couple times and they rolled up on her, hit her a couple times in the head with a hammer, and then put her in a vat of, I guess, battery acid to dissolve the body. She was like, "Wait, I'm not dead." And then they pushed her head under the water and that was the end. So this seems like it's going to be a really good season. I foresee issues in the future with Dahlia Black and her grandmother, because Dahlia seems a little arrogant to me. But that just could be a first impression, and maybe, you know, she'll calm down as the season progresses. Maybe she'll lose a challenge and humble herself and, you know, get it together. But that is all I have for this episode of Dragula, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.